Oketsego ya dipoelo tsa banyalani ba ba kgaoganang ga mmogo le dikgang tsa bone tse di fa pele ga makgotlatshekelo di ngokile leitlho la setšhaba le ketsaetsego ka manyalo a tlhakanelo dithoto mo lefatsheng leno. Banyalani ka bontsi ba tsena mo lenyalong ba sa tlhaloganye gore molao wa reng le gore go raya eng mo go tsa madi le tlamorago tsa tsone e re morago ga ba kopane le dikgwetlho ka nako ya go kgaogana ka tsa dikoloto le tsa boswa jalo dikgang di nne dintsi mo go tsone tseo. Mme tsela gompieno re tsena bosinyana mo go yone re bosinyana le re Uyapo Ndadi. Dikgang e re e tshwereng ke gone go leka go tlhaloganya gore sentlentle dikgang tse di tsamayang. Re tsho dumela ke go amogela mo BTV News.
Le kae?
Re teng
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Ya bona gore o tshwaregile wa glowa.
Hey,
o re timandra.
Ke botse.
Ke
botse. Right, so there's an issue, and I think it emanates from speech sa Tautu na Maloba.
Yes.
Ya bua ka kgang ha le ko
Francetown.
Go Francetown. Kgang ya gore talenyalo ka bolong le dirilwe le sena in community. Ke rena ba re tsamayang re ya go saenela in community. Go e tlhaloganya pele gone ho, is it because we don't know or is it because re le Batswana ha rata go bua nnete? Sengwe le sengwe se beilwe hela gore a ke re wa monyala motlhokomele.
Me ke simollela ka gore re le Batswana gantsi re ipaakanyetsa mokete wa lenyalo gona le lenyalo itself. Re tebe re tshwenyega ka gore mme mosese wa monyadi o teng o rekegile sente a o taba kgona go tsabakela. Re tebe re tshwenyega ka gore tante ya monyadi e bonetse deko ke yone kana ja. Re tebe re tshwenyega ka gore a koloi ke limousine kana ke Range Rover kana ke. All those things we worry about. We worry about the wedding itself and not marriage. So ha go ta ku thutong ya lenyalo ba bangwe bete ba re ba go dira counseling, pre-marital counseling. Go bo go nna le dithuto tse ile go di kgona go rothasegela mme ha gongwe di le spiritual thata di se legal. O ithelele gore kgang ya lenyalo ga se gantsi go buiwa ka yone. Ha se gantsi go buiwa ka yone how to get ready for marriage, how to prepare for marriage, what you need to know before you say I do. Ke te ke nele di lecture tsone tseo tsa what you need to know before you say I do. Ya no go la gantsi during the course of the interaction tsone tseo go a le motsega gore there is a lot of ignorance mo molao wa lenyalo. Batho yala ba tsana ba buduletse, unfortunately ba tsana ba buduletse ba sa itse what is at stake. Motho o tsena a sa itse gore o kgona go tsena ana le balance sheet e ka re khumo gongwe ya 2 million pula.
But that's a
2 million pula mo account.
But that's advertising.
E be re ha gore I do. Abana le sekoloto sa 3 million pula.
Over seven so on.
But I do have.
But who's selling lenyalo? Ke tla buketsa lo lenyalo ka gore ke ho tle boga karetsa gotle. The way it's advertised from inception.
Yes.
The way we are orientated. Ka ngwana mo setsana re le borre from inception. The way ngwana mo setsana is orientated nga thing from the inception. Ka khanya lenyalo. Isn't that where the advertising goes wrong?
Yes. No, tata bontsi ja bomme ba ipona ba le molisiri ba khabile go bogetse bone
gore go tlile yang
bontsi ja bone batho ba ka bona hela ba tseng bontsi bo dumela gore go tsena mo lenyalong ke achievement bontsi ka tswa ile yone me ba bangwe ba ba mo go lone ba le mo gore ga sa achievement ba bangwe ibile ba ikothela go ba tsene mo seemong se. So ke ka gore a kere gone hari tse lenyalo ile so se serious se sena le consequences tse di life changing. Ibile o khona go tsa tiro serious go na le lenyalo, o khona go tsa tendera serious go na le lenyalo, wa bala tender document, all those conditions o adit melao e amana le tender e o adit ko kirong ha go to hua malatsi a lifi a le 10 wa ka ke tsinka temola wa re minimum ke bo 14 wa ngakalla. Those are the things you do, you research o letsa batho gone me business ele e dira madi kana ke tra ke itsenya mo mathate e re ka moso e be re retrenchitse go ta gona tiro. You do due diligence, background search. But when it comes to marriage
but who's under pressure to get married though?
I think it depends. Ba bangwe ba nna le bona ba khona go nna under pressure go ke tlokile 50.
But Monna can calculate 50. Ngwana mostana ga ana 50.
Nya ba sa di bone ha ba tsena go 35 di tsala tsa bone di
tsamaya. O tsamkela mo go ena.
Di tsala tsa bone di nyalwa ba semolla ba go leba ka leitho le sele.
But re simoleleng go ruta motho ka gore bontsi ba nako I always tell people don't do it. You know, think about it before you do it. Because the orientation ya lenyalo mo ngwaneng wa mosimane, the first thing, you know why men run away? The first instinct is
yeah.
And then we run, because we have that instinct.
Yes.
But they don't retell
a tshaba gone gore kana ke imisitse mme le ga le ba manna ba malatsinyana ka re ga ba boi bona ha bana sete ba bogologolo ne ba boiga
ba taboga so lenyalo le ka halentseng ka teng. Some people it's working for them.
Yes.
Some it's not. Some people are in community and it's working and it's fine.
Yes.
Some are not.
Yes.
Who should go in and who should go out?
Yes. That's a good question. Ke utile tautona maloba a ra ba thare ba ska nyalana in community. Mo ga teng ga se gore ke na ka rata sent. Ka gore these laws they are made for people by long they have different circumstances. You have a choice. So if your circumstances di dumalana le gore ka nyalana le motho in community, go for it. If your circumstances eletse ile gore ga di suitable for that, go for out of community. So everything it's dependent on who you are and who you are getting married to. You may be getting married to a fellow teacher, a fellow soldier, and that act of marriage, you are able to achieve much more because you have put together your resources. You may get married in community of property, le motho e leng gore o reckless ka di finances ke tender boy o tsameka ka madi ka moso o dirile kolo ya nole and you get sued. And when you get sued, le sue a lot. Ha le sue a lot yana ko bankeng kwa gate you are financially exposed go bua motiro ka lebaka la gore la kolota. So the circumstances in such a case they may not be suitable for you. Then you may get married out of community. The other spouse doesn't really have a full-time work. You're only full-time, make your andi loan. At the you're full-time formal employment, or andi loan, or rekamat to come in. But you mungwe or rekisa miroho, or rekisa do 3D mostrate, or hasela, and omega show or busiro banabala lela, or reka ibilu to salena mono or duela loan, or tsere the responsibility mo molape. And then at the end of the day, ha divorce eta. Kote bo go se molao go lebella gore mang di go le kama. O bo itela gore you have disadvantaged motho e leng gore has been holding the home together. A provider for day-to-day expenses tsa molape. A rekela bana diaparo. But ka gore di tsa gago tsone ha se tse di tangible. Ya no ngona le
they've got no value.
Yes. O se molla ya no go iragala yang a se molla tshwana ke gore a prove the extent of a contribution at claim. It will be a bit difficult in some instances. And normally when we transact, we don't have divorce in mind. You don't think of divorce, so you don't keep track of these expenses. So you start looking back. I don't have anything to my name. But all these things, all these cars that he has, all these cars that he has, they were able to move because of my contribution. This house that we have built, 8 to 5, supervisor by Berik. That is labor, it's your time. So, I am not divorced generally. under such circumstances. So there is really a no size fits all approach. Yaka di supile. Go tswa hela mo goreng le tshela jang le boma. So in community may work for me, but may not work for you. Out of community may work for me, but may not work for you.
So Edward, then why do we, the question that comes, and I've been looking at social media, then why bother? Why bother sharing a life with someone if all I can have is, sorry for this word, I can have a sexual contract with you, once in a while I come and I leave, as and when I want, because I have nothing to contribute to your life, I want nothing to be contributed to me. At what point do we then measure that to say, humanity says, I'm taking you from your family, I'm leaving my mother and father, I'm cleaving into your life, we are having this life. At what point do we measure that line?
Amen. Amen, Pastor. That's generally the preaching that you will get from Baruti.
Yeah.
Baruti would say, Kana, you are one person. You are one person and you are expected to be pulling your resources together for a common purpose. Le lwela bana, le berekela bana, le ngakaletse for bana. Ga le iperekele, go a tua, right? But the reality is, circumstances are different.
They're different.
We live in during times still where batho ba bangwe they don't attach material things to love, right? They believe love is love. Gore motho o na le eng shouldn't really matter. We to uta go go te motho o na le benten wa gago ko. We itse gore ga ba te sepe mo wena. O bata bothitho hela. Isn't sepe gape. But it doesn't mean gore ha batho ba nyalane out of community they cannot provide for one another. You can still provide. Wa betcha o reka di donation o ha di donation o reka dikoloi wa reng hela ka we to dire le mo relationshiping go sa nyalana. Agree zo mo relationship ala sa nyalana wa itshupa. Ba bangwe la ha ba hela ba imisa mo tseleng maybe ba se molo tsa bana ba campaigner ba marketer ba campaigner ba dira go itse gore nya wa dira, right? Le mo lenyalong ha lenyalane out, that can still happen. But the law also allows gore ha ile gore your circumstances have changed in life, gongwe le semolo tse mmogo le nyalane hela le bereka loti formal employment, then somewhere along the way you branch off gore ke ya go ipereka yana ke la piso go direla bathomadi yana ke batla go iperekela. The law allows for you ha ile gore bona gore your circumstances have changed gore o change from in to out and from out to in. You are allowed to do so 2 times during the currency of your marriage. Ke te go uta batho ba re o letela se ga go nyala gararo hela, which is not true. E ba re ha le la boraro di bo mene ba hedile, that's not true. The only limitation e gone mo go changing the proprietary regime. O ka letela se ga go tswa ka ha o bo potaka. But there's a process because creditors are involved. The creditors ke bo di banka yana le bo yang ka rangwe le beletse re loan ilote le pataganetse. So there has to be advertisement notice. It's on government gazette and one of the newspapers for 3 consecutive weeks. Okay, so and so intends to move from being married in to out. Ha gona lo na lo objection at I tsupe. I say 3 weeks awela, you then file an application go court. Go court they will then give you the order. Ya gore jaanong le dumalane gore you have moved from this regime to this other one. How's the nongirayalo? The last thing, I look on in community, let the villa have the total. Or when I say, Nagazats, if you file a more notarial deed, good deeds. Good deeds, you want to list the supermore. Say Kesarayo, say Kesarayo.
So, Imoto hired Sokomutum one me, Elena Ring, Murazaka, a red to a morum. We need to be realistic. Men, the oppression is real. So, Muna and all similar conversation you, Django Mosadia Morare, Morazaka community report in certain marriages, especially where the level of education might not be equal. Muna wahui wina young because we need to realize what the reason why guns are going to heads and trees have got ropes is because of things like this. How does a man start this conversation?
Tota the conversation is a ratse ba thoga ba tshwane. O ka nna ithela le gore ha gongwe ba tua ke mosadi change. Ke na push am for it.
No, that's easy.
Ha gongwe ba tua ke monna. Ke na push am for it. A libile the circumstances. A re magatsa ka bona. Go ha o ka re se ke le ka go se dira. se go ba ka mosi ra go hella gongwe re lositse everything. This home e leng gore o e sokoletse and wa e rata, we might lose it 2 years down the line ka ha ke bona di business deal tsa ka di tsamaya ka teng. Malatsi a gore mente di tendera ga dio wa itse gore ntse re tshela ka di tendera, and let's protect what we have. Let me just give you everything. Kana a re kwale ka bana kana ngathela mo gongwe o sa le ka mo gongwe. So the problem might be ha ile gore wa re le change o e be ile gore ya nong wa ta ikgakapella everything wena o le re, but ha ile gore le ene wa bona gore nyame go ha there's wisdom in what a Ray suggesting. I think ga ke ya nna dingalo bo mme ke batho ba retsa go tswa hela go ngo gore o iphicha ya ha ngwa ke re to bo tsena ka gore sengwe ke same ke nno ke laola dithuto tsa metse tswa hela mo go tsone. Ke ne ke di hulela ke le no sine ke lala ke sa robala masego ke dira di tendera wena o dulele banyana le di girls night wa bona. So how ta a different attitude e supang gore you are co-owners, you are in this together and it's for the best interest of both of you and your children. Women are listening people.
Okay.
So at least those that I see around, they do listen.
This new coin that I keep hearing everywhere called trusts. What happens to the trust? So in a situation where renyalani in or out or whatever, and we decide to okay, trusting. Do those things actually help in terms of controlling or managing an account when it's in and out? Yes.
Let me start off antenuptial.
Okay.
Antenuptial is where you are preparing to get married.
All right.
And you have a conversation with your wife to be, your husband to be. Or bona magatsaka, I have these debts. I want to protect you from these debts. This is where you do your due diligence.
Yes.
Ke bona gore ona le sekoloto sa ntu ya phakaladi. Ke for 5 million and mudi ariase. I don't want to participate in this. Because the moment you say I do, deputy sheriff ya utola tse gore o nyetse mosadi yo tanga a da dido tsa gago. Dithoto tsa gago. Wa go tsa tsone. Arish o kile wa thusa monno ha ra bolo go mmata a nna re ga gona sepe ke dikoloto hele ya nngwe ta ka ntu e bile go ngono tse dingwe le tsa boswa le tsa previous marriage ta ka ntu ta ka di koloi le re kwana re duele sekoloto sa monna wa gago and you lose it immediately hela se nngwe I do. So how do you the antenuptial contract? You are able to protect certain things. You are able to protect yourself against things you don't know. Because there are times where a lot before you say I do is unknown to you. You realize it was so say. How say ni war kanto ko ye ene mpekisa ina le di areas. Range Rover ne ke pagami e le gore ke thagere ke kwete. Ya kolota ba nka ke years after him. Ntwe ne ke thagere e manobonobo e ke a gagwe. Kante ga se a gagwe. It owes a lot of money. And la ha ka rekisiwa we are still going to remain owing the bank. So so how do you learn intellectually? You'll be able to protect yourself from those eventualities. All the debts that are not known to you, that you didn't consent to, so before the marriage, how did say? Can say all the assets, from a previous relationship. Blended families. So the dynamics are different. So you need to seriously think about these things before you get married. And there are couples we see who come before getting married. And then trust. Trust is a vehicle really. You can use maybe to transfer some assets to it. Donate the assets. But you donate assets that are not owing, they are not encumbered. Not with financial interest on the bond. But how the bond you can't. I got a bank guys on the consent. So how did assets that you move as a trusting?
What I get clear a good trust.
Okay, I trust.
I get clear and to get a trusting.
Yes. Baba ma clear a vice go mawo. How ta touch salaka hile mawo. Asa registration book key.
But then these conversations, kana wana this thing called love. It's poisonous.
It's a difficult thing.
It's worse than excess. You forget where you are.
Yes.
At what point do you sober up? Remember the pressure of malume ka hale, le the mother-in-law ka hale. At what point do you have these conversations? When do you sober up to having these conversations?
Yes. Yeah, and as we were driving here, one of my colleagues, lawyer friends, ke gona graduate video a botho. So na mpolela le ena go tota kganyedi ngalo. O khona go thanya hela o ithelela gore o tsere ditshwetso o no sa ipone. Le go serile lorato. Right? Ha lorato le go serile ka le khona go sira ya ba ha gongwe. Ha gongwe go na le di pressures tsa bo malome le bo mama. Ka gore ha gongwe di family di khona go nna ha tshebe di go tsela ditshwetso. Di re nyangwana ka ka. Ha ile gore monno ha go nyale ka thakalo di tsotso, don't do it. Ke red flag ba rialo ba bang. Ba sa tlhaloganye the background, ba sa tlhaloganye the consequences, and baruti ba bangwe ba re ha le ka bela re out go ra gore go thelele ga le
ka sela modimo le o lenya,
right? Those are the conversations, those are the pressures that you would come across leading to your marriage. So you need a very good support system pele ga wa gore I do e leng gore e te besna di emotion mo te e go bontsha reality that you have to be prepared for. Because if you are not prepared for that reality, ke gore we bana go botsa mo senya lenyalo leina. Re go mo lenyalo go busula. Mathata ile gore wena ko ena o sala ka ngojisitse at the beginning. O tsene o buduletse o ba tshepo ya gago o mothong yo mongwe. E leng gore le ena o ngwa ga itshepe. O botsa o monela tshepo ya gago. Motho ya o irresponsible e leng gore tota ene le batsadi ba mothobogile ba itseela gore a ha le
ha gona se a re tswela ka boletsa we have especially
ile wa nyala mosadi o ta kwa re thise monna
a re tse ka bokutshwane ile just the last message to one wa botho yana ka gore once ba graduate ba simola go ba bona mathaka mo strategy.
Yes,
last message, young people, especially the ones that are now going to start life.
Yes, the last message is take your time to read about marriage and laws that affect your marriage, because without awareness, without knowledge, you are doomed. You are doomed without knowledge. Knowledge is power, and take your time. Read the spiritual advices, but don't forget the legal side of things. Don't go to a lawyer when it's too late. Approach a lawyer, go to DC's office, find out. Let's go kwa hala go sign la dithoto re batla go stilo sign la dithoto form B
love how you mo acting
bo bo re ne ke sa itse, it's not an excuse. Ha o tsena o bo sign form B le ra go thakana la dithoto ra go ga molaodi ra go sign la dithoto go thakana la dithoto a ke ro ra ya
o tsene o tse
go ro se tsibile o boleletse batho ra go thakana la dithoto ka la bone ra go go saka la bothata.
Right, so thank you very much for your time.
Brother.
All right, and that marks the end of our conversation le re Uyapo Ndadi we lona re gakola ka dikgang tsa manyalo ba getso a re ba le molao a re tlhaloganye melao re ska ra itse melao ya traffic hela re itse gore how are you in love are you sure love is blind hana fire extinguisher ra le tuka moleng. Thank you for watching.
Bagaetso, hurt people will hurt other people.